Is Joker's dominant season getting overshadowed by the Nuggets struggles?
No, he's getting overshadowed by the media's bias for Shai being MVP.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's being overshadowed by.
You feel there's a media bias right now?
Absolutely.
Which is so weird.
For Shai Gilgeous Alexander.
Yes.
Weird.
It is weird. They're like biasing. They did that.
Yeah.
They should have won last year. So
We
they're
agree.
trying to like undo what they did.
Yeah. So
It tends to happen.
Now
can they
it's this media
undo?
push to do that because those are the people that vote.
They messed it up last year.
Yeah, now
Don't
they
mess
trying
it
to-
up again.
They didn't mess it up last
Yes,
year.
Shai should have won last year.
No, he shouldn't.
Yes, he should have.
That's why he's not gonna win this year. Because there's a
Probably
dude
not.
better than him.
That makes me
There's
sad.
a dude better than you. He's better. What are we watching?
I'm with you. But they messed up last year.
It's a culture.
I also think they messed up when they gave it to Embiid. But
You should have got the year before.
who?
Joel Embiid should have got it the year before he got it.
Yeah, they're like a year late.
You're behind. That's what it looks like. It's like whatever they fuck up, they recorrect it in the next.
And then they mess up the next person. And they mess
I just think that they
Because
wait
then
for
Giannis
somebody
get
to
back-
play good enough to challenge this
back
dude.
to back again. Should have won the third.
Yeah, that's what I'm. So
Yeah, so they do talking to themselves. Because y'all are the ones that are voting.
they don't watch
You're not
enough
voting.
because they don't
Y'all are
watch
voting.
enough basketball. They're not watching every game. They mind is made up. They tune in every morning. They listen to Stephen A. What Stephen A. has to say, and whatever who's hot, they gonna go with that take. And if Kendrick Perkins said, they gonna listen to him. And they watching NBA. They watching ESPN pregame and the TNT pregame, and whoever they praise, and that's who the fuck they gonna vote for. That's just what it is. They're not watching enough of these games
not.
to have an honest opinion about who's the MVP. They just not.
They're also watching Gil's Arena presented by Underdog. Whoop, whoop.
But we don't get a vote though. So
That's what I'm saying. Who
unfortunately,
cares what we fucking
we don't get a
part.
vote. If
We
we did
can't-
get a vote, we'll get it right, but we don't get a vote. So we talking about the people that get these
yeah, they
votes,
like talking in
who they're
circles.
listening to.
Why don't we get a vote? Can we
Right.
get one communal Gil's Arena vote?
People that
There's
get
a
these
lot of
votes,
people who
these are
vote
peop-
and that should not be
These are people
voting
who they paying attention to. These journalists that ain't picked up a basketball, ain't did these things, and they only watching. It's regional bias is what it is, because you're only watching the team that's in your region when you're up. Because you're not watching Denver Nuggets basketball game because they coming on at a later time if you're on the East Coast. So you only
Just
go
catching
vote.
highlights.
You catching highlights. You're looking at the stats. You're doing exactly what most people do, looking up the box scores of each team, seeing what numbers he had, this, that, and the third. Then you watch and see who these guys are going to talk about, who they hyping up for Defensive Player of the Year, for MVP, for Most Improved, for all these categories. And then you like, oh shit, well, maybe I should vote for this guy because everybody else is doing it.
But then you had an argument. You see who having the argument. You're like, well, this one guy over here is the only guy talking about this. So why would I be on his? It's always the group thing. It's literally like he's saying Shai, all the outlets. Why he ain't winning? And we looking at the dude that's top 3 in 4 different categories.
He's at a 60-point triple.
Top 3 in steals, 7 foot. You top 3 in 3-point field goal
Like I said, they're like gaslighting everyone into thinking.
58,
Y'all
42,
vote. This is
80.
y'all.
He's averaging
big bump
11
service.
assists a game as a
Like-
center.
I really feel like as spectators, like we get gaslit by the media.
100%.
As if y'all are the ones making these
And that's why
narratives and votes.
we only watch Gil's Arena presented by
What are
they
y'all
should-
talking about? Why is it this? Why? What do you mean this is what y'all are doing? Y'all did it.
Exactly.
They should have rounds of voting. Like
Yes, cut
Like-
this down.
there's only about a week left in games. Right now, it should actually be only 2 players being voted for. All you guys
None
sitting
of
there
them
with
votes.
Yeah, you
these
don't get
votes,
Yeah.
and
random
y'all
ass
sitting there with
random
this
vote,
stupid ass
yeah.
vote, like I'm voting for this person. He's not even in the
Not
category.
in the category.
Right?
You know,
So there
Giannis
should have been
gonna
a
get a
cutoff.
couple first round votes.
Yeah.
Giannis
For
is.
sure.
Giannis
Giannis.
But that's the
And-
problem.
But
Tatum,
do you
I'm gonna get
disagree
1
with
or
that,
2.
though?
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
what
you
I'm
have
saying.
to. That's what he's
You have
saying. He's
to.
saying
Right now,
you have
right now,
to.
he has no chance to win.
Nobody.
Right? Why the fuck is he on the ballot?
Don't give him no votes.
I understand that, but
That's
No,
100%.
if you watching what
That's right.
Giannis is doing,
Jason
Jason Tatum
But
shouldn't
what I'm
steal no
saying
votes
is,
or nothing.
They're
Yeah.
It's a week left. That means there's only right now, whatever the top 5 should have been, it should have been the last 3 weeks.
Yep.
Right? Once you get the top 5 down, then there should be another round. Right now, going to the last week, it should be only 2 people you can vote for, and you can't vote for these 2 until the end of the last game. That means you stupid motherfuckers that's going to be voting for your favorite player in your city that shouldn't even get a vote. You're wasting a vote being stupid. So if there's 100 in you, that means all 100 in you got 2 people to vote for.
Absolutely.
So we can. So those 5 votes or some, those 5 Giannis votes, those 3 Jason Tatum votes, they can go to the right person.
And that shit might come out 50-50.
It might come out 50-50.
Shit might come out 50.
Fact.
And when it comes out 50-50, motherfucker, Cole. I don't want to say, let's do it again. Don't convince me off my shit.
No.
50-50.
Yeah,
because right now, if I had a vote, I don't know.
Yeah, that's like the Wooden
Don't give me the pen. I don't know.
So with the Wooden Award, they send
That's what people do. I don't
it's a
know.
bunch of people on the
Giannis.
list. Then they break that shit down. It's only certain people that you can vote for.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Just what the fuck it is. Like,
Because I know Steve right now voting for Brunson. Steve, he don't give a fuck about it. He looks solid in his game back. There you go, Brunson, Josiah. LeBron. LeBron gonna be on the list.
I shifted to Luka.
Jason Tatum gonna be on the list. He motherfucker go vote for Nick.
No, I'm voting for myself.
Brunson needs 3 more games to qualify. Luka will not qualify.
I'm gonna vote for me, goddammit.
Right in,
If you write yourself
name in the
Larry,
But that's what I said. It should be right now. It should be just 2 people on that ballot, man. 100 votes.
Yeah, because
These
they
are the only 2
be
people you can vote
wasting
for.
votes.
Just wasting. Like when you be seeing the votes, you be like,
Why does this
Y'all
person
doing-
have
why you
one
still gotta
first place
vote?
It's a
vote?
good, hey, they should make that change,
so
man.
just hear me out, right? And it's some people forget to vote.
Facts.
Right, that shit sitting in your email. You're like, oh shit, I missed the cutoff date. You got some other shit going on. You forgot to send your shit in.
They got to be booted. They can't never vote again.
It's just shit like that because human error happens.
Facts.
And the problem is, it's not even they don't even have a discussion.
Yeah.
They don't even have a
they
discussion.
just
Like
have
you
like a
vote,
Zoom- a Zoom
you
call?
just vote and then you just put it in and just be like, because there'll be some like, hey man, why you vote for him?
Yeah.
What is the why you voting for him?
Like jury.
like
jury duty.
Yeah.
You know
Like
the
jury
word
duty.
come out. I voted for
Right
only if the
out
person
of
they
my
voted for.
fucking
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
They only come out and say who they voted for if their person
So the thing
won.
is, so you can go in the room and have somebody's life in your motherfucking hands in jury duty, right? But they ain't gonna put you in the room together to vote for who the best basketball player is. It's like the fuck is
Facts. Facts, man. They should definitely
Right.
do it.
They need to redo.
Dead.
And then everybody like,
Whoa.
oh, who you voted for who? Everybody looking like,
give us your points.
hey, come on, man. Why you pick him? I like him, man. I like his game, man.
Which you can like who you
he gave
like.
me he gave me my interview all like
Yeah, that
and
part.
you
I
can
promise.
like who
Nice
you
guy,
like,
he
but
does
when you're
well
giving
in the
out
community.
awards
Yeah.
and you have the one vote for Giannis and everybody else voting over here, and you decide to use your first place vote on Giannis, which is valid.
Giannis is a valid first
gonna
place
have-
vote,
it's
though.
gonna
He's gonna
He's
have
gonna have
a
first place
good
vote.
amount
Is
of
he
first
number
place
3
votes.
though, right now?
Yes. He should.
Gil, it's
Right?
not
But
valid.
that's what I'm saying.
It can't be
because
valid.
he's gonna get
31 points, 12 rebounds,
No,
6
it can't
assists,
be-
60%
I didn't ask
from
you
the
that.
field. What he doing on the
I didn't ask
defensive
you
side
that.
of the stage?
Is he top 3? If he's 3 right now at a cutoff because he can't jump to 2, you should remove him.
You got to remove him.
It's a
Got to.
2-man race.
It's a
Facts.
two-man race.
Like Giannis is doing his thing, but right now it's a 2-man race. Then that means you can only vote for these 2.
Yeah, we agree. Like he fits that category.
Like right now, like even if you tell me to vote for Giannis, I'm like, man, it's been a 2-man race. You doing your thing over there, big dog.
Absolutely.
But it's been a 2-man race for the last goddamn 2 months.
Let me ask you this then. If
And I still don't know.
if Giannis and the Bucks are number 1,
It's a different story.
does that push Shai out?
With
Shea?
his numbers,
Does that put Shai out? If Giannis
I
and the
think it
Bucks
puts-
are number 1,
Numbers better.
I don't know who
the numbers
It's
are
not,
better.
but he's
No,
not- that's-
I
Giannis'
don't
numbers
know.
are better.
31, 12, and
Giannis-
6,
31,
60% from the
Giannis'
field.
numbers is better
With
than Shea.
60% from the field.
Both sides of the ball, but
If
Giannis and
Giannis-
Shai play both sides of the ball at a higher
pushing
level than
Shai out.
Joker.
It's not
Joker
pushing
dominant on the offensive side.
It's not pushing
Defensively,
Shai
I know,
What
but
I'm
still.
saying
It'll be Giannis and Nikola.
If OKC is not the number 1 team in the
they can still be where they
NBA,
are.
and the Bucks are the number 1 team in the NBA,
Oh, wait.
Shai's still in the road.
Wait, if Shea is not number 1,
No, I'm saying
Yeah, Shai's not. Shai's
keep them
team
where
is
they are.
not where they
Keep
are.
them where they are.
it's still Giannis.
Keep them where they are.
His argument. I mean,
If the Bucks
I'm
were number
saying-
1 in the East, if the Bucks was number 1 in the East and Giannis' numbers was what they,
It'd
it
be
would
Giannis.
be Giannis,
It would be
and
Giannis
Nikola.
and Joker.
Absolutely.
For sure.
which would be wrong because you don't factor in all of the basketball. world, right? If you take out, because this would be before Dame got injured, they would be number one. If we remove all of them, one team is in damn near last place. They the Blazers.
You think?
The other team survives. They survive. You can survive with just Dame and the rest
you
of
talking
that
about the
veteran
Bucks
group.
survive?
But
The
they
Bucks
wouldn't
will
be-
survive.
they wouldn't be number one.
Denver will be playing solid basketball. The OKC is not in this conversation of even talking basketball.
Shai?
If with Shai's not
They're
there.
not number one, no.
They're not number
They're
one.
not number one, but
They're not even top
They're
10.
competitive.
They're not. Hell no.
Huh?
No.
No?
That man makes all of it move.
No, man.
He makes all of the plays.
But
don't
you
think
can
they're
say the
better?
same thing about Joker.
The system,
No,
the
you
system
still
set up for him to do that.
We know what Jokic, we know what Murray looks like. We know what the fuck Murray
He don't
do.
look like that right now, though.
But
Gil,
we
that's the
know
point.
it because he holds. We know how important Murray is if Jokic is not on that floor. We know what Westbrook is. We know if Jokic is not playing, that motherfucker's gonna average a triple-double.
But they're not gonna win.
If Jalen Williams is by himself, what we don't know
They're
what he
playing
looks
team ball.
like.
They're playing team ball, literally.
It's team ball because the Shai plays damn near every game.
He is very available.
That's the problem.
available.
He's so good and he's so available. We don't even know what that team looks like without him.
Also, he's always going to score 30 points. 30,
He's so
30,
consistent. That's
we
what I'm
know
saying.
that.
30,
we know
30.
that.
It keeps everybody
We
in
know that.
play. It keeps everybody in play.
Because there's a formula for 30.
Yeah.
There's a formula for it. He's following it. It's obvious to me because I see.
Giannis is in third place right now in MVP voting.
Don't know. Nobody even
Don't
talked
matter.
about third.
No one has even
We don't even know who.
talked about Giannis.
We don't even know who
We don't
third
even know
is.
who's in third place at all.
There's a lot of shit that we don't know.
Unfortunately,
Who's in
We
third?
have-
The
we-
fact
hey,
that the media has talked about this Jokic and Shai race for so long, and anybody would fix their hand to vote number one for anybody else is crazy.
I'm
Giannis currently third.
But winning does play a factor, obviously, if we keep having
Tatum
this
fourth.
conversation, right?
Yeah.
Steph is
Doesn't
in the
winning
last
play a
ladder.
factor?
Tatum's fifth. I mean,
Tatum is
Steph is
fourth.
fifth.
no, who's fifth? Steph.
But that was the last ladder before three-point performance.
Like that's what I'm saying. Right now, if I had a vote and you're saying vote today, like I really don't know. I'll be mad. Like fuck.
Flip a coin.
Because I'm factoring all of it. Like, you got
Not
the,
me.
You got the youngest team. That counters, man. There's college teams that's older than
He's done
you.
it 2 years in a
And
row.
it's like, I got to factor that.
Last
I got
year everyone was like, it was
Shai.
a fluke. And
I gotta
he did
factor
it
in-
again.
Shay, you can catwalk your ass right on over there, sit and watch this nigga
'Cause everybody
accept
says-
this award.
everybody
Go ahead and
says
take your
we've seen
fur
this
and walk
before.
down that motherfucking
Shut
catwalk
up.
and try again
You
next
can
year.
say you've
nigga.
seen this before, but you've never seen it before. You've never seen a guy carry a young ass squad to number one. You actually haven't seen that before.
Allen Iverson.
No, he didn't.
With
That team was old as fuck. That was old ass team. Like you're talking about a team that's 24 and under.
12 and a half game lead in the West right now.
Like we've never seen
Going
it
to
before.
David Buster.
Like so what Jokic is doing, never
they play
seen
the
that
Lakers.
shit before. What Shai is doing, we never seen it
Why
before.
can't we just
so you have to
go
value it at
MVP?
the same. That's why I said I'm sitting
Can't
like
go MVP.
watch how lopsided them fucking numbers gonna be.
You think lopsided for sure?
Watch.
They just-
if you don't have a headache trying to figure this two out because
Watch how lopsided.
that motherfucking Jokic ain't letting off.
What?
He gonna sit there, he gonna play every motherfucking game.
logically.
And at the point is, Shai, you are forced to play every game because you don't want to just sit back.
12-game lead. He out
He
there,
in there
motherfucker, still
averaging
hunting.
30
And if I'm the coach,
shots.
I'm sorry. I'm not subbing that motherfucker out. If I'm the coach, the one person that's not playing defense is gonna be me.
So
There's not gonna be we up 20 and I sub his ass out. He got 12 or fucking 20 points. Hey man, do you, man? Because at this point, I'm gonna fuck your shit up if I'm gonna sub you out. We up 25.
You have to, like,
Because that
reset.
motherfucker
You gotta, like,
Jokic is in here
reset.
doing whatever he doing in motherfucking a half. He had 29, 9, and 6 at halftime. Like, and I'm saying, hey Shai, man, look. You got 48 minutes in you because you're going to have to do all that. That motherfucker over there
I feel like they
from
got
Siberia.
MVP.
Siberia.
Serbia,
Slavian chicken.
Reset everything.
Slavian chicken.
Wherever he from, he doing all of it,
averaging
man.
a
He
30
playing for the
point-
country
is it
right now.
30-point triple
30-point triple-double
How we even
will
having
be
a
the first big
conversation?
man in history.
Why is
What
this
are we
a conversation?
talking about?
Because the passing skills.
I'm saying, but
If you
why?
take away
No,
his
we
passing-
know why, but I'm saying, but
What I'm
why?
saying is,
Why
if
is
you
it-
take away his passing and he was just averaging 3 like every normal big, you wouldn't even be considered.
But if we took away Shai's braids, he would just be a regular nigga in LA.
if you take away his
walking
braids,
around,
that
man.
motherfucker be on everything.
Just be regular, regular Canadian, no braids.
What, like Justin, if you take away his
My
passing,
jokes is getting kind of crazy, ain't they?
You on the road today, Rashad?
A braidless
Man, shout out to
Canadian.
Shay, man.
A braidless Canadian.
but you can't take away his passing because that's part of his skill package. So it's at this part they be
Just like
you can't
Shai's
you
free
can't
throws.
you can't penalize.
baiting the
but
baiting.
You
Just
can't
like free
penalize Shai because he don't rebound like
We're
Jokic
not.
does.
Why can't we?
We're not penalizing him. We're just saying the other guy's better. That's all.
Did we penalize Russ?
Yes.
He's the same size, the same position. He did what he could be doing,
Yes.
but you
He
can't
got
do that.
penalized.
But they didn't
What do you
value.
mean?
But they
He got
didn't
pe- he
value.
got
what-
penalized
But that's
a
what I'm saying.
lot.
They didn't value. They already had a
They called him
narrative.
a
After they
stat-
saw it
they
once,
called
they
him a
said,
stat
oh,
chaser.
Regardless of what you thought, we see that he can do this. Russ shows that he can do what Joker can do.
Right, and he got killed for
if
it.
SGA can't do what Joker can do and Russ could, why you
Hey,
can't win? You can't win the MVP.
But this is a bigger conversation because you can't give Russ back MVPs, right?
Because the way
The
y'all
fact
talk
that
about it,
you
owe
know
him
this
a
is
few.
not as easy as people thought, and what Russ did was very impressive. The fact that he has 4 of those, what you're praising Jokic on right now because of his passing, you should
For his rebounding.
give Russell that for his rebounding, right? Now, when you talk about Russell Westbrook, I don't want to hear it in turn to winning because obviously this man ain't won either
You're right.
doing it.
You're right.
Right? He hasn't won. It ain't turned to winning, but what he is doing is he's leaving all of it to the game of basketball. What Jokic is doing, even though it's turning and losing, he's bringing all of it to
Yes.
basketball. You can't say, oh man, you lost. Yeah, I didn't give enough. I should have had 62. I should have gave 62, 12, and 12, right? There's little things that he could have did more, but when you now processes Russell's resume, you have to now understand what Jokic is doing is impressive. What that motherfucker did for 4 seasons has to now be moved the fuck up.
100,000%.
You can't use the same Russ, oh, I didn't lead a winning and all. We can see what Jokic is doing. He has to do all of that to try to win because the rest of the team really ain't doing what they
Lost
supposed to
4
be doing.
straight games. 60-point
So-
triple-double loss.
So now you
That was
41
Russ's- that was
40-point
Russ's deal,
triple-double.
man.
now you have to move Russell up a little bit
Yep.
more
Yep.
because of what he was
20,
bringing.
20,
Like,
20,
So
20.
if you
For
had the
Nipsey.
motherfucker ranked 37, you got to be like, okay, maybe he's top 17 now. I mean, 4 triple
Gotta
doubles.
move up.
4 triple doubles is now impressive. We can't use it was stat chasing and all that shit because none of it.
Yeah, it's
Because I can tell you, whoever's leading the league in assists and whoever's behind him, I guarantee you, they are not taking shots to keep getting those assists.
Yeah, Trey Young is.
You can't tell me Magic Johnson, who was it? Steve Nash.
Oh, like you talking
when
about
Steve Nash,
his-
when
his-
John
you talking about
Stockton was
history?
trying to get his assist, you can't tell me they wasn't.
Oh yeah,
padding
you
their
passing
stats.
up wide open shots.
Yeah,
Hits,
there's
but-
coaches padding stats on fucking winning, but we don't call it padding stats.
So Trey leading the league right now. Joker in second. Tyrese Halliburton third.
And they both sitting there.
That's crazy.
But they both over there sitting there trying to overpass to get these assists.
You got 2 point guards and a fucking center.
In the center, which is he's a point guard.
And if you look up his assist to turnover ratio, it might be even crazier. So to me, that's all elements of skill when you talk about a basketball player and a big man that's over
I
7
think
foot.
about 3-1 right
Yeah,
now.
he has the least amount out of the.
doing what he's doing is crazy.
But Halliburton is like close to
Well, yeah.
These motherfuckers
4 to 1,
is just nice,
5-1.
man.
5 to 1,
Halliburton 5-1.
and Joker's 3 to 1.
Joker's 3-1.
Fine. You fucking play the
Oh
five.
yeah. Halliburton can pass his ass off.
When you can get him the ball and be like, "Yo, make a play," and he ain't gonna shoot it. You could say, "Make a play," and he ain't gonna shoot
He
it.
don't even trip.
So he's dispelled this rumor that bigs are dumb.
Yeah. Big dumb big.
Big dumb bigs.
I never believed
Well,
that. You know.
They could just say American, because if they want to say these big dumb American bigs, okay.
You still can roll with it.
All right, that's fair. You know, just me, when you sit back and the Euro is taking over, when you're talking about just history, when you think about all the Euros that's came in through history, from Big Sabonis, when you're talking Kukoc, they've had a skill that wasn't respected back then, right? We didn't Vlade Divac, right? It was a skill that all of them had from the beginning of time.
Passing and
A big man who can pass and stretch the floor. It was the same thing that Coach Brown didn't see in
Darko, yeah.
What fucked Darko up,
Yep.
right? A
Facts.
big that can pop, pass.
Do all that.
They didn't see that.
He did.
Luka,
have all that.
Now,
He did have all that.
now when you look
Necessity.
across the
You
board
need one.
and you looking at Giddey, you looking at Luka, you looking at Jokic, you looking at that motherfucker down in, Danny up in Blazers, and you sitting there like,
Yeah. That,
what the fuck are they doing? They're filling them stat sheets up.
Yeah.
Right? They're giving you all of basketball.
Total
They're not one-sided players.
No.
Right? In the 4 or 5, if I'm a scout and I'm looking for a 4 or 5,
You gotta be able to shoot
I'm
pass.
going to be doing exactly what this draft has been doing for the last 10 years. I'm going to go overseas first.
Yep. Go first.
Because I know he's going to be skilled. He's going to be
smart.
offensively well-rounded. He's going to know how to pass, how to play, how to pick,
Dribble.
pop, shoot, dribble. I can take my point guard out, give him the ball. He's going to know what to do. Turkaloo, right? There was a reason you put Turk, you the one.
Karolinko.
Karolinko.
You know what I mean? So,
Okor.
Or core? Yeah. I remember.
Them bitches on the same team.
When I had
Man, they was on the
When I had the
same
51,
spot.
it was because that motherfucker down there keep pushing it. I'm hitting shots, he hitting shots. I'm hitting shots like, hey, stop that motherfucker down there, man.
Somebody.
Goddamn.
Shit.
Shit.
Mammoth
That pick and
Okor.
pop.
He was
Boy,
nice.
that pick and
And
pop.
guess what? Where was he at? He was in Detroit.
Yeah, he went to Detroit after.
So Darko and him is sitting behind, goddammit.
Yep.
But you know what I mean? Like, these motherfuckers is bringing some shit, man.
Yeah, he's sitting behind Sheed, Ben Wallace.
So
Like, the guards, the problem is, it will be a guard takeover if they was a little more athletic. Like, Luka's staying there because he's just bigger than everyone. But if they can figure out a little athleticism
With the guard position.
with the guard position, we in trouble.
Just the craftiness that they have. All of you, Calderon, Rudy Fernandez.
Yeah,
they just crafty. They don't
But
need.
the athleticism is what killed them.
Yeah.
And Luka stands above because he's same thing with
humongous.
Giddey. They're bigger. They're like, Giddey's a big dude.
And he's fast.
Yeah. So it's like they
Something
still
in the water over there. There's something in the water that don't allow
No,
them
they
to
just,
be
you know what they're
athletic.
teaching, man? They're teaching what they call positionless. But you can see they're hand-picking certain players. Right? When you start looking back and you start looking at these rosters that they have over there, it's like they basically saying, hey, anybody under 6'4", fuck off. Fuck off. Like, just fuck the fuck off.
We got a league for you. We got a league for you over there.
Yeah, my point
Yeah, y'all
guards,
could be
my
in Euro
overseas
League.
point guards are
B
starting
League.
at a 6'6" and above.
Yeah.
From 6'6" and above. So how we're doing like the Cooper Flags here, hey, you a point guard over there. We want you to be the 1, 2, 3, 4. We want you to be all skilled.
Well, what they do is they put them in a B League, and then they let the B League potential foster into the A League. We'll bring you up if we see you grown in the last year, because you may not be big enough. Like you said, you only want 6'4" and up. So this kid may be here at B League because he ain't grown yet.
Right.
But once he
Grows a few
grows,
inches.
now you're like, oh shit, you was just. Now that's how Luka went from the 13-year-old that was this, and then he went and he grew, and it was like, oh, we got to play him with the big kids now.
It's
So
like
that's what they do over there.
They're scouting parents and everything, man.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, they breeding.
They're breeding. No,
That's what you gotta do.
They breeding overseas, dog.
100%.
No, no.
Give me this Olympian and this Olympian.
That's
Y'all
what
gonna
I'm
have a
saying. Yeah,
child.
that's what I'm saying. When you look at it and you're sitting there like,
Go look at-
like even Wemby,
Go look at Theo Ratliff.
like look at, but like even with those, like they're turning those parents, they're turning them into guards early.
That nigga Theo Ratliff got 6'9", 6'8", 6'7",
Yeah.
daughter 6'5", another daughter 6'4". I'm like, yo.
But see, the problem is we're breeding too. Like Eric Dampier's son is big as the motherfucker too. Jermaine O'Neal. But what they're doing over there is
That's impressive because his wife's small.
they're taking those kids over there and saying,
matters.
y'all are
That's
not sinners.
Well, you
Y'all-
watch the Final Four. These guys are what, 6'7", 6'8"? They only know how to play 5 feet and in.
Yeah.
You can't.
You're
Yeah,
not
they
gonna
nah.
be
That's
at
what
the
we got to
next
start.
level.
At it, too.
That's what we got to start learning.
They
That's it.
terrible at it
But
too.
and anytime, even girls, it's different with girls because they will stop growing. But if I meet a girl, she's like 12, and she's like my height, and I meet their parents, I'm like, don't let her coach put her in the paint.
Right.
Like
That's what
she's
they
probably
do.
the biggest
That's what
girl
they do.
The
out
biggest
there.
girl, yeah.
That's where they
All
gonna
they
put
do.
her.
Yep, put
I
her in
said,
the
okay,
paint.
so if they do put her in the paint, you got to just make sure that you're working on her guard skills. Because she might not grow no more.
Right.
Or she will. And if she does grow, then she's going to have guard skills. But they just are so quick to throw the girl right in the paint. And then they just
Trust me,
never
I see
get
it.
any better.
I'm saying with my little man, and my daughter as well, like they gonna be, nah, we know.
Birth certificate.
We're not doing
everywhere
that.
he go.
Point.
Hey,
Sit there with the
overseas.
ball.
We not
And the
doing
parents
that.
are always
We
like,
putting
okay,
the ball in
okay.
the hand, Jack.
I was
we
like,
shoot.
I already know they're doing it. They're
Yeah,
like,
I've been
yep.
sowing my seed overseas for a while, so I should be getting some product return to start seeing the fruits of my labor show up somewhere soon. Little shotty starts shooting. You be like, who is that? He looks like
I
that
told
boy.
KJ.
You look just like, boy, that boy got a
I
nose
went
and
to
all
the Czech
kind of shit.
Republic. I went over here.
Hey,
I went to Russia.
I
Down.
knew I was over there
I told
somewhere.
KJ, I told KJ, hey man, you need to, go find you one of these, hey man, go get a contract, goddamn. Hey, yeah, we ain't even got to do the deal, but if you want to, we can. But hey, we got a contract between us that says, hey, we gonna mix this and this, and we gonna, hey,
Babies.
We're going to get
we
this.
gonna like this. Trust me.
No, I know you like strippers.
Yeah,
I know you do.
Yeah,
but listen,
but, yeah.
them seeds,
Yeah,
gotta
go
over
Them seeds is a little smaller than the remote, right?
we need, hey,
The next.
what size? Go ask. Hey, how tall is your daddy? How tall is your mom?
Better
How
stick
tall
to
is your?
volleyball, softball, basketball?
Oh,
You can
yeah.
stick with track. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Them 400 runners, right? Yeah. There's a. We over here, you know, twerking is cool, but well, you better strap it up.
Working overrated. We asked the chat, is the
We're gonna
media...
pay $30,000 a month. We're gonna pay $30,000 a month to a volleyball player.
Absolutely. What?
I mean, we're gonna pay 30 because we know what happens. That child.
I saw her jump.
I
I saw her spike that ball. Shit, listen.
Yeah, hey, my grandson gonna be motherfucking jumping over the rim.
I told
That's
okay,
fine.
you just Sarah Kane watching volleyball games in high school. Like, nigga, you don't like now one of them?
You know, like, you know she
None of
dunk-
them?
No,
hey,
not one
You know
of
she dunked, right?
Yeah.
You dunk too, right?
Yeah.
She dunks too.
Yeah.
You know what we looking at? Yeah,
What?
we looking at Michael Jordan mixed with LeBron James, got a slash giant him.
You know, I told her, man, I said, I asked her, I mean, you seen Liz K-Born? Liz, I'm like, yo, she 6'8", man. She was up there working out at Chris Johnson, man. I walked on the floor and looked her eye to eye. I said, yo.
Well, this is
KJ was over there working out. I said, hey.
Hey, man, listen.
She looking me eye to eye at that bitch, man.
Could you tap that white girl on the shoulder for me? She
Which
has
one, the
some-
6'5"?
No, the one with good credit. That one.
This fool's stupid.
Clean
That-
driving record, good credit.
I need good insurance and good credit.
I got me a six. Hey, you see, I got me
If
a
she's
6'5",
6'5", she cool.
6'5".
She cool. She's 6'5", long as her name is Becky.
I got a French that's
She's
6
Becky
foot.
in the back with good credit.
So we asked the chat, is the media screwing Jokic out of another MVP? 63% say yes. Let's talk about another controversial situation going on in the league. Ja Morant